Hello. Oh, how are you? Hello. I was programming today. I've programmed so good. I programmed myself. Today's broadcast is brought to you by entities we can't see. Yeah. My name's Lex. Today I'm going to try to program you. For good. I was trying to program the program, and then I was programmed by the program. You know, I'm joking around by that, but it's like, you know, when you set up the things that you're going to go over in the lesson, and then like there's music involved today. Now we don't own the rights, and we're just using it for educational purposes, but you know, they'll still bring the channel down for even showing you, because blah 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 owns this stuff that's, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 years old, you know, and you know, they're gonna, you know, tighten their grip on us, slowly but surely, you know. But so when I say I was programmed by this stuff, I just started getting into it. You know, when you get into it, like, you know, your excitement is changed. You know, like you know, hyper is no longer hyper. Now hyper and goosebumps combine all the time. You know, and then you feel like, you know, the back muscles that are supposed to, you know, work with your wing joints are flared. You know, like there's a lot of things that change within, you know, the chemistry. You know, the antennas. You know, they're just more active. Then it makes you happy, and then you start bouncing the fuck around and you know, but there's nowhere to bounce, you know. So this ain't a club. Then I have to realize when I want to bounce, because I'm happy. What that guy was trying to show us, Juin, Sin Juin, San Juin, you know, no matter that you're fucking in this predicament, your happiness still shows through. Even when you're fucking mad, at the end of being mad, you're happy. Because you have vented, you have relieved yourself. So I will relieve myself in the venting form. And I'm going to bring you a series. Now, basically, I'm going to do more of a two-part video. We'll see if we can put all the entertainment in the first part. And then we'll go into the second part, and we'll bring the reading, and that'll be the part where I stutter and all that shit. You know, yeah. Anyway, so let's get to the entertainment part, because it really has to do with dead men. It really has to do with dead men. It's always dealing with dead men. You know, and you know, there's prophecies say when dead men walk. You know, and there's prophecies outside of the Bible that say when dead men walk. When you look at the Valkyrie, the Vikings, these things, Thor and Woden or Odin, you know, these things claim that they will walk again. You know, they're supposed to have Ragnarok, right? The Armageddon, the Battle of Armageddon. Armageddon is a Hebrew word that's what we're told. The double G, just like when we look up, they will have a king over him, Abaddon, in Greek, Apollo. Is it A-B or is it Don? Abaddon? I can just look it up. I'm fucking lazy. It's slightly out of my reach. So, today we're looking at Michael Jackson briefly. If you want to be starting something. It's too high to get over, yeah, yeah. Too low to get under, yeah, yeah. You're stuck in the middle, yeah, yeah. And the pain is the thunder. Now I am gonna grab the Bible. See, I'm lazy when I go into Revelation, but when we go into the 10 Commandments, the 10 Commandments were given, right? The 10 Commandments were given, right? And then listen very closely. The gong. Exodus chapter 20, verse 18. Gong. And all the people saw the thunderings, and the lightning, and the noise of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking when the people saw it, they removed and stood far off. So when the Lord speaks, it's thunder and lightning. The pain is the thunder, yeah. Right? And the pain is thunder. Have you even understood that? And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us, lest we die. What? Oh, well, the thunder of God's voice scared the shit out of the people. And they said unto Moses, Hey man, come here real quick, come here. Moses, speak with us. You speak with us. And we'll hear what he wants, but you speak, man. But let not God speak with us, lest we die. The thunder and lightning, the words that come out of his mouth, you're afraid of. You're afraid of. That's why he makes a spokesperson, and you fucking slaughter that spokesperson. I'm gonna show you something. Let's turn this back around. I've hit the gold mine. You know what gold is? Gold is something that is tangible. You can see it, you can touch it. Now I'm going to show you something that's not tangible, but it's still gold. It's not gold, yet it is gold. It's a veil. It's been taken away. Well, the beauty of this, it's not God. God didn't do this, or God didn't do that. It's a card game. It's between me and other men right now. And what happened is, the other men, what they did was, somebody came behind them during the game, and they went like this. You know what they did? You know what they did. Here, I'll show you. Here. This was their cards. This was their cards. What they did was, they showed their hand. You see the lights, right? I can see the reflection of the light in there. Alright, now if I turn it this way, turn it that way, turn it that way, they showed their hand. Now I am going to show you the sweet, sweet, tangible gold of them showing their hand. Now you would think it's comments, but it's not. When you actually know what it is, it's going to shock you. Too high to get over, yeah. Too low to get under, hey, yeah. You're stuck in the middle, hey, yeah. And the pain is the thunder, hey, yeah. Now, Seminole, Shem, Ancient American Chiefdom, Gua. Now, this one is a motherfucker. Now, you see what it says right here? That's where it's at. This is where the evidence is. 32. I can like or dislike this. And 36. See, I never go into these videos and waste time hitting a fucking like button. I done made the fucking video. Right? So, it's funny. Of all things, this is where the thumbs down show up. I show you an ancient American fucking name that was ruling the area. I'm under the belief this is one of the 12 tribes because of the things that were said. They attacked these people biologically for a specific reason. They were too fucking strong. These people were so strong, they ruled over 3 states. How do you live in a small fucking pocket and rule 3 states? Oh shit, that's power! Each of these Caucasians have to set up a municipality every fucking couple of miles to keep you in order. These families was in one spot, controlling 3 fucking states. That's hundreds of miles. Controlled by what? A couple of acres? Fucking a grandpa, a couple of uncles, and some sons? These motherfuckers ruled over you. And when I show you these people existing, all of a sudden, little cockroaches come out of the fucking woodwork and organize. They organize. Nobody 36 people, 36 strangers ain't gonna fucking come up and say, wait, there's ancient Indians ruling over other Indians? Oh, thumbs down to that. No. There were ancient Indians. These people said out loud, this motherfucker found the key. We've got to now rally against him in a sensible manner. We must keep our ambiguity. We must stay hidden. It's okay. You can fucking stay hidden. But now I know where to fucking dig. See? That's all he told me to do. Shake this shit up and the books will start to fall out. Because what did he say? The Assyrian is his hand. And what does he do? He records his slaughter. And when I did seminal, ancient American chiefdom, the enemy's hand was shown. 36 people don't randomly thumb down fucking nothing on this place. Look at that. Accidentally, it done switched to, I gotta go down here to fucking change it. I gotta go back to this one, and this window all of a sudden pops up, Obadiah. Well, if things happen naturally, I hope you people understand what I'm saying. I did not switch fucking windows. I clicked on this video of my own to show you the updated version, and a whole different window with a bunch of different tabs. Gola, Gual, Chiefdom, Yamasi. These tabs were not up a second ago. This popped on. So, I think I'm supposed to read it. Obadiah. There's only one book. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord concerning Edom. We have heard rumors from the Lord. And an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Both have made thee small among the heathen. Excuse me. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised, Edom. The pride of thine heart, Edom, has deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, who saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, then I will bring thee down, saith the Lord. And if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? You do understand this, Esau. Most people don't. It's all of your recorded writings used against you by the Assyrians and the others that you've made contracts with. When Moab made a contract with you, Moab had access to your writings, and Moab said, how do they have all this stuff? When Ammon wants to know how his forefather created a weapon of destruction and was able to shoot lightning bolts with it, you had the written account. You had accounts that other people didn't. So they knew you used your army to collect the bolt. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? You gathered everybody's hidden things, then rewrote them as your own. Now your shit is in the hands of the UN. Each nation has their own little piece to play with, and they all think the piece that they have can bring them to the top, to be the king of the world for a day, like you were. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. You're almost out of the land. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. You gave them your records and prevailed against thee. You handed over the Masonic keys to them. Freemasonry's pushed you out. And your grandchildren, they that eat thy bread, your children, running all around, fucking getting shot up. The crime waves, crime spree. They have laid a wound under thee. And look at the murder rate of Brazil. Portuguese cops running around just killing the Brazilians. But this is what God has done. There is none understanding in him. Why haven't you just left Brazil? The pride of your homeland. You're to the border. Look how many people are in there. White supremacy is pushed out. The root of Edom. The twin brother of Jacob. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and the understanding out of Mount Esau? Look at all the people since Spanish and Portuguese intervention. Whom has been able to separate from that? Spain took that money home and they're dying. Portugal stayed and intermixed with you. They're fighting for white supremacy. Because Latins are at the top of white supremacy. And people don't understand that because of the Catholic Church. Once the church falls, white supremacy goes back to blonde hair, blue eyes. Intermixed children don't have blonde hair and blue eyes. You didn't think about all this, Edom, when you made your deal. And the mighty men, oh Timan, how many Turks flooded over here? And they're all intermixed too. Now they become bastards. They've been cut off from the Ottoman Empire because they don't look the same anymore. Their blood's changed. They're still their father's sons and daughters. owed to men shall be dismayed. Since the early 1900s, you've been cut off. To the end that every one of Mount Esau may be cut off by slaughter. To the end of days, that every one. So you're not going to climb back up. You're going down because of the pottage, buddy. The end of the world was supposed to be yours, but you traded birthrights for all the slaughter that you've done to us for thousands of years. Now your judgment takes place. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. You've lived on the land. You've controlled the land. You've given the land out by lots. The highest bidder. Now they've set up weapons against you. They've taken control. And there's nothing you can do. Because white supremacy overthrew your deal. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side of the river, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem. See, it's right there. It's right there. Even thou was as one of them. We got carted off, and you said, "Hey, I'll show you land over here you can buy." So when I see this, and I know that Edom's half dead, it's not Edom that comes and thumbs down as a group. So let's see. Let's go this. Let's hear this guy.
Being raised by my testimony, I'm going to start off with, I'd say being a Muslim.
Now, there's other videos this dude done made that said, I grew up with Muslims, but it didn't affect me. Okay, so now he says...
Testimony is going to be a little bit different.
This what?
Personal testimony. Now,
okay, so it's a personal testimony. So before, when he's all like, hey, I ain't part of that, I'm blah, 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 and blah, 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 you know, now he's like, okay, now I'm a Muslim. Right? Right. So he would tell you, yeah, wait, let's go down here. Now, I listen to this motherfucker. I went into Babylonian Bible for 1 year. So that's where he's reading from. He's reading from the Bible of the Amorites. Amorites ruled Babylon for the first 150 years. And then what? Assyrians came in. You need to go to Babylonian history. Now he says, I really hate liars. I hate all the liars teaching the Bible for views, likes, boredom, and emotional dysfunction. Okay, so how can you teach for views? Teaching is teaching. If you're lying to people, that's one thing. If you're teaching lies, that's completely different. I understand your comment, but your comment is what's dysfunctional. What you're saying from this video is you don't like people teaching what you're now learning. And that's the shame. Because if you learn something that other people don't know, then that means you have a heads up of everybody else. Your assumptions that everybody done read what you done read makes you a fucking idiot. Because Chris Rock made millions of dollars saying if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. Now you opened up a bunch of different fucking books, and now you think you've got the fucking keys. Well, go unlock it. Don't you have the infamous statement, I'm going to heaven through a window? Doesn't the Creator say what he's going to do to people that have that? What happened in Babel? He came down and turned people into apes and elephants, fucking circus animals. And we're naturally depicted as fucking clowns by our enemies.
Well, it's going to be a little bit different than what you guys are used to. My personal testimony, I'm going to start off with, I'd say, being a Muslim. Being a Muslim, being raised by my stepfather, was interesting. Because what I seen from a lot of black people was that Muslims had a reputation and Christians had a reputation. Now, the Muslim reputation was, with Malcolm X and kind of militant, and the Christian reputation, most of you guys know what that is, so I don't need to go into that. But the reason why I want to talk about this in my personal testimony is because what my stepfather and my father blessed me with as far as knowledge and what the culture is in Islam. The culture in Islam is to learn. The culture in Islam is to know your enemy. The culture in Islam is to understand technology.
Okay, so let me go back.
Muslims had a reputation
of enslaving blacks.
And Christians had a reputation now
of enslaving blacks. You're a fucking idiot. Alright, now, let's go to the next part. It's backwards. The pain is thunder, right? Now, you'll never believe what's coming. Now, if you're starting to get goosebumps, it's because you were programmed to be in the last days. Something about you and that brain is related to this. Now, I'm going to say this. Remember that law teacher, or that guy that claimed to be a law teacher? He would say, well, if you look in this scripture, it talks about the 12 tribes being related to different types of cats. And then separately, you go into the definition of what it breaks down to. Breaks down to the lynx, the family of bobcats, and then you already know the king tribe is called the lion, right? Isn't that interesting? How it all revolves around this. Alright, so we're gonna go over here. And let's listen.
Else you must see, Lion-O.
Look at this creepy ass show. Watch how Lion-O's like naked and shit.
There is something else you must see, Lion-O.
Put some clothes on that boy.
The most important part of your heritage.
The most important part of your heritage.
This is the mystic sword of omens and the source of our powers. The Eye of Thunder.
Put some clothes on that boy.
Jaga, the sword is alive.
Yes.
But there are holes in the hilt, Jaga, and I don't see any eye.
The Eye sleeps until needed, Lion-O.
Now, the eye sleeps until needed. Owe-moe, 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 owe-moe. Right? Everybody's heard this. Because you're sleeping little lions among the elephants and the gorillas, and they sedate you. Now they're trying to sterilize you. Okay? Now, in the concrete jungle, the mighty concrete jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, right?
And these are not merely holes you see in the hilt. Looking through those magic apertures will give you sight beyond sight.
But if I do need the eye, how can
Now,
I...
what did the TV show just show you? He looks through the eye. He puts what? He puts his eye sockets up to the holes in the hilt, and then the third eye on the sword is up against his third eye. It forces his eye to open, and then he looks through the moon. And then once he looks through the moon, he is then what? He's then staring at the center of the galaxy. Watch this again. Don't be bullshitted. His eyes are there. Third eye's over his... Right? Tell us, Jaga. Tell us again.
The Eye sleeps till needed, Lion-O.
Till needed.
And these are not merely holes you see in the hilt. Looking through those magic apertures will give you sight beyond sight.
But if I do need the eye...
Did you see the galaxy? Right? I'm going to show you at the end what's really going on.
Sight beyond sight.
But if I do need the eye, how can I wake it up and let it know?
There will be no need. The Eye will know it is
The eye always knows.
needed before you do.
I just wish there was another way.
There is no other way, Chitara. Today, Lion-O has come of age.
Every lord of the Thundercats had to survive the trials.
Alright. Alright. Now. Ready? This is a different Thundercats cartoon. This is for educational purposes. This is to educate the sleeping family of cats.
Let me show you what it's capable of in the proper hands. Let me show you what it's capable of in the proper hands. Uh-oh! Catch! The book told that it was the Thundercats, our ancestors, who first defeated Mum Ra. It was the Thundercats who brought law and order to a world of warring animals.
Whoa! Whoa! Tower of Babylon. Lord himself comes down and does what? He changes everybody's linguistic patterns. Listen again.
Lion-O has come of age.
Every lord of the Thundercats had to survive the trials.
Alright.
The book told that it was the Thundercats.
The what told?
Told that it was the Thundercats.
I'm sorry, not far enough. The what told?
The book told that it was...
The book told. Whoa! The Thundercats are living this shit out from a book? Ah, the book of their ancestors.
The book told that it was the Thundercats, our ancestors, who first defeated Mum-Ra.
Who first defeated Mum-Ra. Ra!
The Thundercats who brought law and order to a world of warring animals.
To a world of warring animals. Wait a second. They brought the law from the book, but the book is what told them that the law existed. Wait a second. Let's step out of this and let's come into reality. And here's the point in Genesis where you're created, and then you're what? Enslaved, and then you're what? You're exiled. Oh, you force exile yourself, and then what? You come into what? Law. Levi, Leviticus. Let's go. What happens in Leviticus? What happens in Leviticus? This is clean and unclean, right? What is that? That's a law. What is this? The trespass offering. Forbidden portions. What are these? These are laws. Sin offerings. Law. Purification after childbirth. Law. Laws about skin plague. Laws about skin plagues. Law. What the hell is going on? Thunder. Punishment for sin. Law. Thunder. Blemished animals. Sanctity of the law. Thunder. Feast of the Thundercats. For educational purposes.
Let me show you what it's capable of in the proper hands. Uh-oh! Catch! The book told that it was the Thundercats, our ancestors, who first defeated Mum-Ra. It was the Thundercats who brought law and order to a world of warring animals. And it is now the Thundercats who are strong enough to maintain this fragile peace. Concentrate.
Now watch. Watch. There's something in the eye. Do you see? There's a demon behind it. Now, that's Mum-Ra. Now let's go back to the other video.
There's something else you must see, Lion-O. The most important part of your heritage. This is the mystic sword of omens and the source of our powers. The Eye of Thunder.
Now, in reality, something else is controlling what we had as a power source. And this is what we're teased with constantly. Now, you can see the eye, and you can see the Freemason symbol. Are you starting to understand what's going on? There's the eye. I watched another author show this, so I'm not discovering this within the Lucas art symbol. Someone else did. But nobody's showing me anything about these Thundercats. Now, it's funny how this Khalil constantly talks about shit like the Dragon Ball Z and then he pushes this Muslim. Moorish slavery, Muslim slavery, Christian slavery, Egyptian slavery. Do you see a pattern, or am I fucking just making shit up? Do you see a pattern, or am I a liar? Did I read the times you went into slavery to you prior to this? Have I told you of the times you went into slavery prior to this? Do you see people calling themselves an Israelite, people saying, I'm going to go into heaven sideways? Do you see the effects of Babylon? Do you see the effects of the Tower of Babylon? Do you see the effects of a Nimrod?